my local games workshop store is coming up to its, 5th or 6th anniversary. And there's a challenge to make a single figure in a week. Now, Molog's Mob, I did in a week. So I figure if I can do a troll in a week, I can do a goblin hero, and this is the Loon Boss here, and this is the guy I'm going to be doing. So yeah, he's going to be the boss of a potential Gitz army that I'm thinking of doing and fielding once the shops are open properly. So here we go, 1 week to go. This is what you get inside the blister pack. And then the other side, you've got the cover, and you've got the paint guide, which I'm not going to be following. So there he is. And there's the sprue. It's just one sprue. That's him and the mushrooms, right? Missing a chunk. And he's missing a chunk because, where is he? There he is. You see there, you can see his eye sticking out of his moon face helmet. He's actually got a separate head there, like that. All right. It looks to me like one of the old goblin heads from their Lord of the Rings figures. But I mean, you're only going to see his eyeball. But I thought, what the hey? And it gives me an idea. You know, get me back into the habit of doing goblin skin. So that's as far as I'm going. He's got no nose because of the helmet, and there's no point in doing the teeth because you can't see the teeth. At least I don't think you can see the teeth through the mouth of the helmet. So that's stage one, was just to paint that up. I just got to put a little lighter blue in the middle of the eye just to make that stand out more. Then it's snip all these bits off. There's his eye hole and ear hole. So when I put him inside that, I've then got to mask him off for the priming and painting stage. And I've got an idea how to do that. That'll be in part 2. This is going to be an unconventional build and paint, at least to begin with, because his head is separate. What I've done is the two halves to his head, I've just blue tacked, and his body, sorry, I've just blue tacked together and glued the legs on and blue tacked him to the base. So I've primed him like that, partly assembled. Also, the other parts are on the sprue. And as I say, so not the most conventional of starts to a build and paint, but there is method in this silliness, which you will find out about in the next part. Yep, an unconventional build, because, come on, go together. Come on, get in the light. There we go. Over the white primer, I've put typhus corrosion. And the reason I've put typhus corrosion over him, rather than painting him and then put typhus corrosion over him, is, number one, I want to do his armour in like a John Blanche style, which is like, you know, browns with metallic edging. Because this Loon Boss, he thinks he's the bee's knees and everything, but he's not. He's quite, you know, decrepit, but he thinks he's wonderful, but he's not. So, and his armour reflects that. Plus also, if I think of goblins, I think of Labyrinth and Dark Crystal and Legend. And yeah, they're not the cleanest of creatures, right? So that's for the armour. And also I've put it on his helmet. The helmet is going to be yellow, but typhus corrosion is a textured paint, and that's just giving me a bit more, you know, surface gnarliness to it. So that's that. And I've started on the underside of the mushrooms. I'm in an RM whether, you see the two eyes on that big mushroom on the right, is that a mouth halfway down? I'm thinking it is. I think I'm going to give him a mouth. Oh, and I'm also going to put some more mushrooms on here, because it looks a bit plain. Even if I had put sand, it looks a bit plain, just have these growing out the middle. So I'm going to make some milliput mushrooms to put in there. Right, so now very garish, brightly coloured mushroom tops, but don't worry, I'm going to be dealing with that very soon. Put in the eyes of this, come on. Put in the eyes of this creature, mushroom creature. With a very steady hand, I've now got to put the pupils in. As I say, you've got to finish the tops off, so that's that. And here I am with the very out of focus. Come on. There. So there we go. Over the typhus corrosion, I've been dry brushing metallics, and I'm going to put a thin wash of typhus corrosion back over again, because I don't want it too shiny. I want him to look all run down and decrepit. And before painting his skin tones, I think, look there, I think the back of his shoe isn't metal. He's got some sort of like boot or slippers on underneath. So I'm going to take advantage of the fact that he's in this little sub-assembly. Ordinarily, if he's on the base, you wouldn't be able to get underneath and into all the nooks and crannies and other little bits that he's got. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I'm especially like the face, and I'm loath to paint over it in yellow because I really quite like it. It is very dark crystal legend labyrinth, isn't it? But no, he's got to have a yellow mask. So I think that'll be the next thing after I've put a bit more typhus corrosion on these bits. All right, nearly time to assemble. Come on, light. And again, weather's dreadful today, but come on, can you make that out? I've done his skin. I've done it a much lighter goblin colour scheme than normal. I mean, the armour's so dark. If I did him in a darker green, everything's just going to be one dull blob. So skin, sorry, as again, oh, there we go. Look, we got light. There's the skin. The armour's all done. I've just outlined around the eye sockets and the edge of the helmet in white, so then I can paint yellow. So when I assemble him, which is the next step, and the face is in there, I don't have to worry about painting and not getting anything in the eye hole or on his ears. So that's him. What else have I got? Oh yes, the mushroom base. Again, sorry about the light. There we go. I've gone with my customary turquoise is what I'm trying to say, eyes for these critters there and on that little mushroom there. All right. Okay. And also what I've done is I've super glued a few pebbles, because I think it'll look a bit daft if I just put sand on the base and you've got this mound of mushrooms. So I'm going to have a rocky grey base. And these ones I've super glued in place first before I put the scatter material on, are there just to disguise the join, and also in there just so that they're not just, you know, plump there in the middle of nowhere. I've made a couple of extra mushrooms from milliput. They're just milliput, and the stalks are paper clips. So I've just got to trim them down and glue them in when the base is done. All right. And there we have it. There he is, Loon Boss. Got him done just in time. It's exactly a week since I started. And yeah, I'm very happy how this fella came out. Oh, I missed a couple of gaps in the helmet, but doesn't matter. I mean, look how beat up he is. Yeah, I'm going to change it and say I meant that to be like that. So there we go. Nice, fun, interesting little build, having to do it in, or choosing to do it in sub-assemblies. So yeah, very pleased how he come out.